Welcome back to Paws Talks, where the fur flies and the conversations never get literary. I'm your host, Fido.
And I'm the reason we have to bleep half this show. Today's topic, identity crises, which Fido knows all about since he still chases his own tail.
But it's so fluffy. Anyway, our guest today is a striped sensation from the savannah.
Contrary to what everyone believes and his appearance, he is a philosopher and holds a PhD from the University of Stenzhou.
Please welcome the one, the only, Stardust the zebra.
Thank you for having me. Though I must question the only designation, there are approximately 500,000 of us in the wild. But who's counting? Besides poachers, obviously.
I prefer to call you Barcode. Let's start with the obvious, the stripes. Are you black with white stripes or white with black stripes?
Ah, the eternal question.
This is literally keeping me up at night instead of the much more important question of why my humans won't stay out of my bathroom.
Scientifically, we're black with white stripes. Embryologically speaking, our base is black and the stripes represent inhibited melanin. But philosophically, I'm a prison of contrasting expectations.
So, you're like a crosswalk for fancy horses?
No, I'm not a fancy horse. Horses are the basic cousins who got all the domestication privileges while we maintain our wild dignity. They get lithic nettles and sugar tubes, we get autobroth and eaten.
Speaking of eating, I have a theory about your stripes. They're nature's way of making you look like a hanging barcode at the supermarket. Item not found in system. Am I right?
That's remarkably reductionist, though ironically, humans have started using actual barcodes to track our populations, so perhaps you're not entirely wrong, just late to the realization by about a decade.
Let's play a game, zebra or jailbird. I show you a stripe pattern and you guess if it's your cousin or a prisoner.
This is why I prefer David Attenborough. He doesn't play games unless they involve life-threatening migrations.
Let's get to real issues. Your thoughts on plagiarism, because I've seen rocking horses with your exact pattern. Any legal action planned?
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that results in poorly made ploys that frighten children. My lawyers are grazing on it.
What about camouflage? I read that your stripes confuse predators. That's so cool. Unlike my fur, which just shows dirt and... Wait, what were we talking about?
Yes, the Daisel effect. It causes visual confusion when we move in herds, though it's less effective against tourists with telephoto lenses. Those predators are the most persistent.
Time for our segment, Stripe or Hype. We present facts about zebras and you tell us if they're true or not. First fact, zebra stripes can repel flies.
True. The polarized light pattern disrupts their landing. It's nature's insect repellent, far more effective than those pathetic citrus bands humans wear.
Ooh. Second fact, every zebra has a unique stripe pattern, like fingerprints.
True. Though unlike fingerprints, ours don't get us arrested for breaking into safari jeeps. Not that I've tried. Recently.
Final fact, zebras can be domesticated like horses.
False. We have a fundamental philosophical objection to domestication. Why tarry humans when you can be free and occasionally kick a lion in the face?
Whoa, you kick lions?
Only when they forget to make reservations. It's about setting boundaries.
We have audience questions. @Taddy4Truth on Twitter asks, if you're black with white stripes, does that make you a goth horse you went through a phase?
I reject the equine categorization entirely. We are not goth horses. We are sophisticated perissodactyls with commitment issues. Next question.
Ooh, @Goodboy asks, do you ever get dizzy from your own stripes?
Only when I've consumed too many fermented berries. Which is nobody's business but my own.
Final question from @CatnipKing. Would you rather lose your stripes or be mistaken for a donkey?
An existential dilemma. Losing my stripes would be an identity crisis far worse than any midlife migration. But being mistaken, that's just insulting.
What do you think about the last role you played? Tell us about it.
So they put me in this picture, Madagascar, right? Playing this zebra Marty who's got a wild hair to see what's beyond the paddock. And I'm thinking, I can work with this. But them directors, they just want me to look wistful. I said, Sugar, you can't fake wistful. You gotta live it. So I did what any dedicated artist would do. I found a little opportunity in the fence and took my show on the road. Caused a right proper stir, I tell you what. Had folks in trucks and helicopters chasing little ol' me. That net from the sky? Pure drama, honey. I was giving them the money shot. They called it a rescue. I call it my finest performance. So yeah, I'm retired now. Left it all on the field. But when you see that footage, you remember. That wasn't some scared stripy horse. That was Stardust delivering the truth.
Now it's time for the multiple choice questions.
The identity crisis. So, Barcode, the eternal question. Are you A, black with white stripes, B, white with black stripes, C, A horse who escaped from a minimum security prison? D. Just a graphic design error from God's early beta version of nature?
The answer is A, but the reality is D. We are God's placeholder image. He meant to add a more interesting animal later, but forgot.
The social life. How do other animals tell you apart in a crowd? A. Your stunning personality. B. Your unique individual stripe pattern. C. They don't. You are a literal glitch in the matrix to them. D. They just shout, "Hey, Stripes," and see who looks most offended.
C, obviously. Lions see us and their brains short-circuit trying to render the pattern. It's the only reason we're not extinct.
The career path. What is a zebra's greatest natural predator? A. Lions. B. Poachers. C. Interior designers who want to make a bold statement in their safari-themed lounge. D. Horses at job interviews who accuse you of dressing weird for attention.
While A and B are constant threats, the existential dread of becoming an accent pillow, C is what truly haunts our dreams.
Those. Stripes. Are they A. A sophisticated evolutionary adaptation for camouflage? B. A bold fashion statement? C. What happens when you let a barcode scanner mate with a horse? D. Proof that nature ran out of original ideas and just started using the fill tool?
They are a warning to others that getting too involved in your own aesthetic leads to a life of being constantly compared to pedestrian crosswalks.
The philosophical quandary. If a zebra changes its stripes in the forest, does it make a sound? A. Yes, a sound of profound existential relief. B. No, but it gets a lot of confused looks from the other zebras. C. It can't, because it's trapped in a monochrome paradigm of its own making. D. It would, but it's too busy being a metaphysical paradox.
D. We are a walking, breathing, logical fallacy. Our entire existence is a sound that hasn't been invented yet.
The relationship status. Why don't zebras get invited to other animals' parties? A. They have a bad habit of starting philosophical debates about nothing. B. Their staticky pattern ruins everyone's photos. C. They always bring their own drama. D. They're considered monochrome try-hards by the more colorful, well-adjusted animals.
All of the above, but primarily B. A giraffe once told me I give their camera lens a seizure. I told them their neck was a biological oversight. We are not friends.
The tech world. What is a zebra's equivalent of a human scanning a QR code at a restaurant? A. Staring at a patch of tall grass to see if it's hiding a lion. B. Trying to recognize a friend in a herd. C. A lion squinting at you, trying to decide if you're worth the caloric expenditure of the chase. D. A tourist attempting and failing to focus their camera on you.
It's C. We stand still and watch the lion's face as it buffers. The dreaded spinning wheel of death is nothing compared to the spinning wheel of, should I eat this walking optical illusion?
The self-help section. If a zebra wrote a self-help book, what would the title be? A. 50 Shades of Grey, a memoir. B. How to Win Friends and Influence Predators. C. Embrace the Glitch, Finding Meaning in a Binary World. D. I'm Not Like the Other Horses, a legally distinct statement.
C, though D is a close second. My publisher said A was too on the nose and also involved a messy lawsuit.
The consumer product. What would a zebra-themed energy drink be called? A. Stripes, for when your life needs more contrast. B. Glitch, embrace the chaos. C. Identity crisis, TM. Now with 200% of your daily recommended irony. D. Why just why?
D, the can would be black and white, impossible to read, and the drink inside would just be lukewarm water flavored with the tears of graphic designers.
The final verdict. Ultimately, what is a zebra's true purpose in the ecosystem? A. To be a majestic creature of the savannah. B. To confuse flies and lions in equal measure. C. To serve as a living Rorschach test for psychologists on safari. D. To make horses feel better about their own boring, solid-color lives.
We are C, a deeply profound, meaningless ink blot. You don't look at us and see what we are. You look at us and see your own chaotic, poorly rendered soul. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go not be a horse.
Well, that's all the time we have. Barcode, where can our viewers find you?
On the Serengeti, or on Instagram, @ZebraZen, though my assistant manages that. I refuse to touch human technology. The keyboards are disgusting.
Join us next time when we interview a pigeon who thinks he's a security camera.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you don't miss our next episode.